So bought a pump. It was supposed to be a genuine Cummins, manufactured in 2009 in the US. What it really is a Chinese pump put in an old Cummins box. Right there it says Sanico, which is a Chinese company. So I paid 850 bucks for a genuine Cummins pump. You can buy this Sanico pump on eBay for about half of that, 450. So I sent them a message and I told them that they lied to me and this is not a Cummins pump, and boy, they responded right back that they would send me a shipping label and take it back and refund my money. So what's up with this pump? It's got too much end play. It's got 7 thousandths end play. It was assembled with zero lubricant anywhere on any of the bearings. They're scarred up a little bit, scratched from no lube. I could tell it's not a Cummins pump because Cummins will plug these holes and there's no plugs in them. Anyway, it's just a general Chinese piece of crap. So, what am I going to do now? Not really sure. It looks like I'll be buying an aftermarket pump, or I'll get back with Source One and ask them if they talk to Cummins and see if they could supply, if Cummins can supply me with an actual in-spec pump or not. Or I need to look elsewhere. I was told maybe Interstate McBee would be a good place to get a pump. I just don't want to buy a pump that is a piece of crap that's not going to pump full capacity. So I went over, I thought, am I being unreasonable here? So I went over to my cat manuals, a 3306 oil pump. They'll allow you 5 thousandths max. D343 pump is only 3 thousandths clearance. So this has got 7. So do you really think this is going to pump its rated capacity with that much slop around the housing? I don't. But so I'm going to bolt it up, get it back in the box, and get it out of here. Oh, looky, Cummins oil pump. So I went up to Holt's Truck Parts and bought that pump. I'm not sure which brand it is, whether it's the PAI brand or it's the AKI, ABC, whatever. Anyway, they're all made in China. At this point, I just don't have a choice. So, but anyway, that China one right there was 260 bucks. Now you buy one on eBay, wherever, you're going to pay $400 to $500 for the same thing. So imagine what Cummins is making. I'll bet those pumps they're having made over there cost them less than $100 a piece, and they're selling them for $1,000. You're getting screwed, America. Stop letting these manufacturers do this. Send them a letter, message them through Instagram, wherever. They're on social media everywhere. Okay, we're with it pushed down. I'm 71 on the gauge. Pull it up. We are 77.5. Push really hard, you can get up even farther. So I think since Cummins made their tolerance clear up to 8, that's what they're building them, which... Okay, so I took the cover off. First thing I noticed is none of the bolts here were tight. They haven't machined or cast this to be able to get your wrench in here on that. So I just kind of stuck that. Anyway, just finger tight. You'll notice it's got some lube in it, but it's black. I'm sure this casting is dirty. So we'll get the gears out. have a look. See, that looks better than the Cummins one, the OE Cummins. That doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good. Can't pull this one out unless I take the gear off. So I'm going to take out the wherever it is, the pressure control. This one's the relief. I'm not taking it out, but God, Jeff, where is that? It's in here somewhere. Oh, it's over here. So we'll take this out next and see how much crap's in the control valve. Oh, there we go. Springy, dingy. That ain't coming out. That's a Chinese finger trap. Okay, so it's so gooey, sticky, whatever they put in there. I can no get her out, Captain. I know, Jeff, don't do this. You're gonna scar it. I agree. So maybe if I start washing, it'll come out, but that's just stuck tight. Solid stuck tight. This flow control valve, holy moly, I can't even get it out. It's so tight. I can get it to move a little ways, but I can't get him out of the bore. It'll turn right there, go back and forth. It operates, but getting it out, wow. It's all black, like, I mean, look, it's just grit, like casting grit. So I guess I'll go throw it in the parts washer and see if that'll loosen up. These pumps are extremely dirty. You can just feel the grit. See how black that is? That is machining grit, cast iron grit. It's an all-around shitty product. I mean, you can tell by looking at the quality of the cast. That just screams Japan or Chinese. That's the kind of crap they make. And this little teeny hole right here is like a 40 thousandths hole. And on the other side, this is where the pressure sensing line comes in. And the reason the hole is so small is so that the control valve doesn't, do this and it surges the oil pressure. So this gives it a dampening effect. Because it's so small, it reacts slower. So I've cleaned it up, and one of the first things you notice is the severe machining marks right here. These are so deep you can feel them with your fingernail. That's not good, because that's just a super highway for oil to bypass. Now the other problem is, and I'll get out a jeweler's eyepiece and take a photo. You probably can't see this. So it looks like they drilled the hole and then they machined it, and it's pushed metal over the hole. It's not 40 thousandths in size right out here on the end. It's got a big cliffhanger on it, booger. And I need to run a 40 thousandths torch tip cleaner through that and clean it out. So at some point that could either go in, go get stuck in the valve, or it's just going to go through the system. But what do you want for $260? Yeah, I got the pressure regulator on here, and it looks like it's set for about a little over 40, maybe 45 pounds. Let's see how it reacts to that. You can just barely see that cut chamfer on the spool open up right there. So at about 45, she's going to start to spill. Not that kind of spill, boys. So anyway, that seems to be set about right. So maybe I put a washer or two under it. I get 50, 55. What do you think? Okay, I've got my gauge set at 45, and I've run the air on it and it stays pretty constant. So let's see what 45 does. See there, she's opened up and spilling. You'd lose all your, it just dump it all at 45. At 40, you can barely just see that chamfer right there. So I think a couple of washers under that spring before she goes in would be a good thing. Okay, somebody asked me if we're going to save the pump. Yes, we are. I'm going to go have that lapped or machined, whatever. I'm going to press the shaft out of the pump body today and take that in also and have some taken off of this. So I've got 7 thousandths in play. I think I will have them take 4 thousandths off and get it down to at least 3. For those that don't think this is important, there's a 4 thousandths feeler gauge, and you'd think, well, that's not really a lot. But take high pressure oil at 4 thousandths of an inch and see how much it'll squirt out. It's quite a bit. So tolerances are pretty critical in pumps. Somebody said wanted to know if I was going to Mars, and I gotta say, if I was going to Mars, I sure in the hell wouldn't want a Chinese pump or Chinese anything on that spaceship, would you? Hell no. Hey, so in that last video I was cussing. So as I downloaded the footage and I was looking at it, and I watched myself swearing and then laughing, I was laughing too. So I knew you'd get a kick out of it. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But the first bearing I put on was number 7, and it has the thrust bearings and everything in it, the worst one to start with. So the reason I had so much trouble with it is, so here's a pile of old bearings. So when I got the bearings, the large ones were kind of together, stacked like this, and like, you know, the UPS guy kind of drop kicked it, so they were stuck together like that. And so the one on the very end is the one that I took, and it was spread apart the most. And when you put these up in there, the book tells you to put this, engage this down in and against the washer, and then you have to take this back other end and you have to kind of push on it hard to get it down into the block. And I struggled with that for quite a while till I figured out what was wrong. And so I came and I got one of the other bearings, and then it popped right in there. And then I used that one on another one, and it went in. I got it in. It was just easier to get to and get it collapsed and get it in there. So the rest of the bearings went pretty doggone well, and I worked my way through them. It went easy. I'm not a complete moron. I can learn things. Jeffrey can learn. So Danny Toner not only sent me peanuts, dog treats for Griffey, and a roll of white balls, but he sent me this Lyle heavy-duty gasket scraper with some blades in it. That's awesome, Danny. Thank you for that. Those look like a lot heavier blades, which is why I had those utility knife blades and a pair of vice grips. You know me, I ain't gonna let nothing whip me. Oh, good morning. Headed out to the Jpaydirt box this morning. Put some stuff in there. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got a dump truck going somewhere. Okay, back to the cat box. Got one going to Richard Walters in North Canton, Ohio, and one to Ben Castaneda at, oh, Ben's right over there across the river. Oh, cool. Ben lives in my hometown, Blackfoot, Idaho. And a wallet going to Michael Demler, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And a couple of filthy horse shirts going to Christian Burnson in Magna, Utah. Thank you, boys. Have a great day. So I have taken the pump body into S&G Electrical. They've got a big, nice machine shop there, and D does all the machining for me. They're the ones that did all the work on the cylinders. What's it been, over a year ago when we were working on the 37s. All the work that we did to those. Anyway, he looked at it and I said, can you do this? Can you take 4 thousandths off this housing and then clean up the back? And he says, yep, piece of cake. So they're kind of busy right now. It'll probably be a few days before he can get to it, which is no problem, because I am still waiting for the stuff to rebuild the STC valve. So about all I can do right now is get the pan on and be done with that, get the oil cooler put together. But I am still waiting for these gaskets right here. So hurry up and wait. Okay, so tomorrow morning, today's Thursday. What is today? I don't know. I think it's Wednesday today. I think. I don't know. I got the blade loaded up. I've got to go to Idaho Falls and do some grading at Torres Trucking. So I've been up there many times before. I've got a lot of older videos that show what we've done up there. So anyway, don't forget to push the subscribe button. Dang it all. I'm close to 50,000 subscribers. Seems like it's just taking forever to get there. I don't know why. So I thought I put on a good show, don't I? Go visit my store, www.jpaydirt.com. Get you a shirt, get you a hat. So I will see you next episode. Probably be moving some dirt, or maybe I'll have that pump back and I'll be putting that back together. So I got to go in the house, find something to eat. I haven't had anything to eat all day because I don't eat all day. That's right. Once a day, that's it. So that's how I stay so handsome and thin and trim. See you later.